guys, how are we doing? I have a box. I have a box. Now this is going to be first of a few different videos of part in budgeting, about how to set yourselves up for success on a budget, like on a really strict budget. Okay, now yeah, so this is something that I have wanted to get for our household for the last 3 years. I've been saving for the last year. I finally picked them all up 2 days ago. Okay, so let's get on to it. Right, so one of the things of what happened when I moved in with Tanny is that all of the things I had in my kitchen, basically I lost them all, most of them. Certainly lost all my cloths, lost a lot of stuff. And so it's been hard to try and get myself back into the headspace of, actually, you know, I live here too. This is my home as well. And it's about time I started behaving as such. And that's what I'm doing right now. And that's what I've started doing. And that's what I've talked to Tanny about. And that's why we're going to set aside a portion of money a month to put towards household things that we've been waiting for to do when we move. And since we still don't know when that's going to be, I personally do not see the point in hanging around and waiting till doomsday to be comfortable where we are. Right, so this is a very big box. And the cat is gonna really want it. Just give me a second. Let's see if I can. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get these things out first. Put the box down here. Okay, so as an ex-chef, retired chef, whatever you want to say, I tend to know I would rather buy catering quality for my kitchen where possible. The reason being, it lasts longer. It's built for long-term, punishing, grueling use. So if it can last 12 months to 3 to 5 years in a catering kitchen or industrial kitchen or professional kitchen where it's going to get hammered night and day, it in a normal household it's going to last years. Now what I've particularly done today is I wanted to get all the cloths I needed for our house. I've been cleaning, sorry. Yeah, so I have purchased a bunch of blue cloths. Now these ones in particular I'd like to use for when I am cleaning up for the cat, or to wet to put underneath a board so it doesn't slip. That's why I use these ones for those. They will also work as a cheesecloth in a pinch. So if you don't have cheesecloth and you need to, you're making cheese or something, these will work in a pinch for that. Okay, all right, now these here, these are floor cloths, and for those of you who know anything about Cuban mops, and I will be making one in the next couple of weeks, will know that having the floor cloths are really quite expensive because they've got to last. But I prefer to do my floor with a cloth rather than a mop, because the mop leaves it a lot wetter and is much more of an accident and a slip risk for someone like myself who is not very good on their pins. So I made sure that I got a shed ton of floor cloths for the Cuban mop, and while I don't have a Cuban mop, I can use the broom. I can use the floor cloths on the end of the broom to push it around the floor, clean it up that way. It works. Right, Now, I know people like my mum used to collect tea towels. Everywhere she went, she picked up a tea towel. It was a collector's thing. And it wasn't until she was in her 80s that we were allowed to start using them. Tea towels are great, don't get me wrong, but a lot of the ones that you buy now are shoddy. They don't last very long and they don't really do the job. So what I've done is I've got myself a pack of catering tea towels. Now these are 100% cotton. They will last you a lifetime if you look after them properly in a household situation. They're big, they're really absorbent. Okay, this actually says that it's 70% cotton. Okay, but they are quite decent sized ones and they do the job. Okay, and they're simple, you know, they're simple, they're good. You can boil them. If that's what you do as far as your washing is concerned, if you boil wash, you know, you can put anything that is catering quality, you can put into a wash of 80 degrees C and over. Okay, it will cope because they have to, because anything that is in catering that has to be washed at 80 degrees and over. So yeah, there you go. So they can do the hot wash, you can make sure that they're clean and do all of the things. Right. And just because it is a home kitchen, I got some of these, which are the rice weave tea towels. Now these are 100% cotton. They are like the ones that you will find in the shops just to buy, but I have found the ones in the shops that you can buy off the shelf tend to fall apart within 6 months. And frankly, I'm not willing to go through that every 6 months. We are down to 3 tea towels in this house and they are just manked. So, you know, we've got some, you know, fairly decent ones. Now the other thing I've got as well, okay, are these. Now these are glass cloths. Now these are used, in catering they're used to polish the glasses when they come out of the bar washer or to polish the cutlery with. They are incredibly hard wearing, but they also work really well for doing your windows or any glassware at all. And if you spray them carefully and don't soak them, you can actually clean your TVs and monitors with them as well. Okay, they are created specifically for polishing delicate glass and such like. So these are 100% cotton as well. All right, so again, they are created to be able to be put into a boil wash or like that kind of thing as well. All right, so there we go. Oh, and the really good thing about this, just so you're not sure, so you don't get them mixed up with the other ones, is quite starched these actually, just quietly. It actually says glass cloth on it. Okay, so you won't get them mixed up in your cupboard. And if you do find someone using it for something other than glass, you can give them a slap. Tell them to behave themselves and get off your polishing gloves. Right. Okay. And the last one I've got is I have some dishcloths. Now I prefer washable, reusable dishcloths simply for the fact that I prefer washable, reusable dishcloths. And I mean, these are just like the ones that you would buy at Poundland or something like that. But, you know, I mean, we've got 10 in here. That's going to do us probably 5 years if we look after them properly, you know. So I'm happy with that. The other thing I purchased as well because of those of you who might have been watching for a little while will see the state that my poor chopping board is in. Now my green board has been in a bit of a state for a while. It does need a bloody good bleaching, but I did say to Tanny a little while ago that I wanted to have proper kitchen equipment that's going to last us a lifetime, instead of the false economy of buying something a bit cheap, you know, and having to replace it all the time. So I bought myself a green board. Now the green board, this one is, where's the measurements? There should be measurements on it. Where are they? Nope, no measurements. Okay, so this one's actually, I think it's 10 mil. I think it's 10 mil. Yeah, so it's about 1/2 inch thick. But that's perfect for our little bench that I do a lot of the cooking on. So it's perfect. It will take a lot of wear and tear. Now I put the, where did I put it? Guys, where did I put it? There we go. That won't be it. I put the invoice somewhere. Hang on. Let's just find the invoice now. Right, so that I can tell you exactly what all this little lot cost. Now, there are ways that you can get this cheaper if that's what you wish to do, okay? But you won't get the quality, quite frankly. Because like I said, professional grade stuff for the kitchen has to be a certain quality. If it's not, it's taken off the shelves and replaced. So, all together, this little lot, that's not an invoice. I didn't help. I know that I didn't spend more than £56. I know that. Now part of that would have been delivery fee. No, it wasn't, because I spent over 40 quid. And I can't check because I'm using my phone. Hang on a second. Okay, so I checked. It's £56.73 that I spent on all of this. Now this is going to do us for the next 5 to 10 years, as long as we look after what we have. And we will be looking after what we have. So these polishing cloths, they will be kept somewhere nice and safe. I would suggest before you actually use any of them, put them through the washing machine, because like these, they're actually quite starched and they won't do you any good using them as they are right now. So those are starched. I will be putting those through the washing machine before I use them. And I will do a video on polishing your glassware and stuff later on. I know, it's so exciting, isn't it? So what we're going to be doing is every month we're going to be making a purchase like this, which is going into our budgeting to make sure that we have the things that we need to be comfortable, because 3/4 of our stuff is in storage. It's almost impossible to find what we want. And what we're left with is very, very minimal. And like I said, we may not be moving for another year yet. We don't know. We don't know. So I want to be comfortable where I'm living. And that means that this year we will be putting £50 aside or thereabouts to make one purchase for the house to go towards us being more comfortable where we are. Okay, so there you go. That's what I've just purchased. That was fun. Now, you don't have to make all these purchases all at once. There are also, like, if you live in a big city, go and see where your nearest catering supplier place is, because there will be one. Have a look for Nisbets, or this is Buzz Catering. I would, you know, because there's a Nisbets down in town. I just couldn't get there, and I was like, oh. That way you're not paying for delivery and you're only buying one thing at a time. If that's what you want to do, you buy what you want and you just or what you can afford, and you take it home, and then that's cool. So yeah, we're gonna be doing the things. Now I've got to go and wash a whole heap of towels, cloths, cleaning cloths, polishing cloths, tea towels, floor cloths. Whose idea was this? Oof. Anyway, guys,